Yo, what's
What's
up?
with that?
I think it's just to make sure that everybody in the group knows the thing is on, so that nobody can just spy on on people.
Yeah, that actually seems.
I got a theory. I reckon Craig's the big bad of this campaign, and he's just watching us constantly.
I think that's true.
I second that.
Well, either way,
Someone
as he doesn't even deny it.
Someone
He just moves on.
Someone needs to make a character sheet for Craig that just stands there in the entire campaign and doesn't move at all.
He's in a giant bear costume, like a really bad bear's costume.
But it's like a homebrew bear race or something.
You want him in a bear costume.
His class is
works
cameraman. He follows us around and records our journey.
Alright.
It's like all hell's breaking loose, and he's just walking along like under his
camera
bear
people from
helmet,
the office,
just licking an ice cream or something.
He just literally is physically unable to move.
So,
nice shirt there.
starting out, we start with Zan, who begins this session once again approaching the House of Wonder. This temple or more accurately, this multi-towered academy turned temple to 4 gods, glistens in the noon sun, as it looks as though there's a much larger congregation within this temple. Much bigger group. Strangely enough, it's not even all just members of the Triad. People serving people serving Tyr, Torm, and Ilmater, and servants of Bahamut. Apparently there's a 5th god's servants as well in this temple. Servants of the god Lathander, who is the god of the sun as well as the dawn. As you walk into the temple, accompanied by Aranax, he says, "Well, as it is, I've only been able to bring along 2 of the 3 that were unaccounted for. Though 4, once you account the mutinying sailor. But even still, I'm fairly certain the other 2 will be able to show up. Not sure about the 3rd.
Do I see who he's referring to?
Not yet. As it is, he appears to be entering into the tower specifically for Bahamut. I assume you follow.
I'll follow him.
Absolutely. So, entering into the tower, again, big congregation, though here it's mostly just servants of Bahamut and Lathander. As you see priests walking around exchanging gifts and holy symbols, it's mostly humans, with a couple scatterings of dwarves and halflings and even a couple of half-elves. But a couple of, well, really, 3 figures stand out amongst the group. One appears to be that dwarf you saw before. The one lined with tattoos that hacked a sailor to death. The ship.
I don't think I ever caught his name, so I just know him as the dwarf with the great axe that was
Dwarf with the splitting personality.
Question, would I still be injured?
Would you still be injured? I'd say that you would have gotten healed after that fight.
I would
at
probably
least by now.
And how many days has it been since?
About it's December 10th. Darmund can try to remember how many days that is.
Because Tony does not know.
No, we were keeping track of dates on this campaign.
I am. You don't have to.
I am.
Anyways,
I
along
was
with
gonna say,
it,
'cause you would just notice probably still some bandages and stuff on him. Like,
yeah, there's probably a few. Anyways, you also see two people in armor who have the symbols of the Order of the Gauntlet lining either their armor or certain parts of their underclothing.
Okay, and I know that Arnax was saying that we were going to be working with them, right?
Absolutely. So, Apollo, describe your character first.
Apollo will be sitting somewhere, probably on a chair, making sure most of his regalia is properly pinned, taking his chain shirt and pulling it down fully so he can tuck it into the belt and into the plaids of his lower regalia. Looking over at Simon, his blonde hair, he folds back and he says, Samuel, he folds his blonde hair over his head and he looks and says, well, do I look appropriately dressed at least?
My lord, you could make wearing 100-year-old tattered rags look epic.
You flatter me, Samuel. You should better put on your regalia as well. You know, you are also in this ceremony.
Of course, as the much younger, visibly younger human next to Apollo, slipping on his chainmail short and his tabard.
hi, you both look very pretty. It's fine. You look very pretty.
Samuel could easily be mistaken as probably being Apollo's younger brother, but there was a clear difference between them.
Okay, and Arnax is leading me up to these three.
Absolutely, yes. As he walks in with you, he says, luckily it would seem that already one of them has arrived. How was the trip? Well, actually... apologies. Memory.
Are you talking to me, sir?
Well, I have noticed that you two were able to arrive, but...
AFK.
I was more happy to see that our lovely dwarf friend managed to make it to the temple in one piece again.
It was touch or go, I'm not going to lie. Don't help when someone basically drops your name to someone, does it? You get fucked up.
Well, certainly happy to help again if need be.
Much appreciated.
But yes.
Xanth will nod to the three and say, "Peace be to you, brothers."
And the light be with you.
But Xanth, this is Apollo. He's a newer knight from the Order of the Gauntlet, along with his squire, Samuel. They were here to... If I remember correctly, you two were both here to try and gain new members for the Order of the Gauntlet, correct?
Yes, indeed. We are looking for either followers of Lathander or members willing to join our arms.
Samuel at this point is going to be staring at Xanth because he has never seen a Dragonborn in his life.
Xanth nods his head once Arnax explains your purpose and say, "Well met, I'm happy to help in any way I can."
I need a drink.
As you say that, two more figures enter into this tower. One of them appears to be a black dragonborn in, I believe, heavier armor, chainmail. same dragonborn that you had seen back at the dock before, alongside Lord Umbren. Although it appears that he's not wearing his silver ring this time.
Oh, fuck. Well, it's been nice knowing you guys, but I'm gonna go.
Why would you be going?
Well,
We've just arrived.
no disrespect to
Is
you.
this the Black
Thanks for helping me.
Dragonborn from the first session? Or the pre-session?
It's Bob.
Oh, I'm blue. But
Oh,
whatever.
Sorry about that. Don't know how I made
Hello,
that screw up.
Darmund.
No. This is not fucking happening today. I've just fucking... The wounds are just fucking closed from last time. I'm out.
What?
If you
I
don't
seem to
remember...
know
If
about
you
himself.
don't remember what the fuck happened, then you're fucking one of them, and I'm out. And you...
Language
no.
in a holy space.
I don't give a fuck
Oh, man.
what's going on. I'm
Samuel.
getting the fuck out of here because I'm not getting stabbed with some war pick again.
Have you been
Dwarves.
drinking
Hang on.
again?
As you see Lord Umbren raise up his hand.
Oh no, don't you fucking dare not go for my axe. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down fucking fighting.
What are you talking about?
Don't fucking give me that.
No. I mean that legitimately. What are you talking about? I had sent a couple of men to go and look for you, but I never got a response.
Well, you found me alright, and you fucking killed Bob there.
What? Excuse me?
These wounds, and I'll
I
point
just
to the
look
bandages.
around confused.
These wounds you see on the bandages you see on Darmund. These are the wounds I got from just about escaping from you guys. I couldn't even have time to react to try and save Bob.
Hold on. I think that this is worthy of an investigation. I had been hoping to ask you some questions before we had this meeting, but now more need to be asked. Xanth, would you, if I remember correctly, you had questions for him as well, no?
Questions
Dwarf.
for whom?
This dwarf here,
No?
no?
I think you were the one trying to figure out if they were working for you
Yes.
or for someone else saying they were working for you. I'm not really involved with that.
Oh,
And
you're
quite
both
frankly,
enough-
I don't think this is the place to be discussing this. This is a place of worship.
I don't give a rat's fucking ass because you're the one that dropped me in by my... I'll admit, I made a mistake. You're the one that dropped my fucking name saying I told who I was working
I
for.
actually didn't drop your name because I don't know your name. I just told him he wanted the recount of what happened, and I gave it to him. If you can't handle the ramifications of your actions, don't commit.
Don't talk to me about fucking ramifications because right now I'm right on edge. So I wouldn't push your luck. At the minute, all I see is people that want to hurt me.
Just listen and walk, Samuel.
I don't think
There's
anybody
things to
here
be
wants to
learned.
hurt you.
Oh, bullshit. Maybe dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
So confused right now.
If it makes you feel better, Master Dwarf, I am willing to leave for now and ask questions later, if that is what you would prefer. Or hell, if you, for whatever reason, the sight of my gnomish face makes you fearful, then
Not
I'd be
fearful.
more than willing to let someone else ask questions on my behalf.
And you can tell, all of you can tell, Darmund's right on edge. Like, he's really, one wrong move and he'll start swinging.
Pardon my intrusion. Dwarf, can I know your name?
Darmund.
Darmund. Pardon my French, but looking at this man, he's a man of pure innocence, and the man you say...
French.
the man you say had died is, well, standing right in front of us.
Well, he copied him, made him some simio, what you can call him.
Apollo,
With that, you can see Xanth raise an eyebrow and very knowingly stare a little bit at Lord Umbren. Has he left yet? Is he still there?
He is still there.
Xanth very knowingly stares at Lord Umbren, and there's something going on there in the way that he's looking at him.
As
Lord Apollo, can I try something?
Of course, my squire. Go ahead.
Mr. Dwarf?
What?
Relax. And I cast command on him with a DC of 14 wisdom.
You realise
on
I'm going to be
Darmund.
getting an axe to the face if I pass this.
Oh,
shit,
no.
Apologies, Apollo. There was something I had forgotten about that I mentioned earlier that I was planning on mentioning to you when I first got the chance. For your actions in the previous session, specifically, I looked through, you checked and asked about the rules regarding death saving throws with each attack, which contributed to Ravelin's own death. Like, it was basically making sure the rules were accurate enough, even if it was to your own detriment. Along with that, and willingly staying in character to the point of saving the guy that killed you, you are, or more accurately, Apollo, is given a minor boon going into this.
Oh.
A minor boon that will be active from now until the beginning of Session 3.
Okay.
Specifically, you are allowed to... you can choose to automatically roll a 20 for an ability check, skill check, or attack from now until the beginning of Session 3. Only one.
Just once.
And you must decide to make it a 20 before you roll, not after.
Indeed. Can I react to Samuel's attempt to cast something on Darmund?
Absolutely.
Seeing Samuel, his little synapse that he tries to do whenever casting command, he puts his hand on Samuel's shoulder and says, "No, boy, that is not what we do. You can see this man is obviously in distress. We don't want to temper with his brain more."
Yes, my lord.
That was a smart decision. I like you.
Now, Darmund, care to tell us the story? You're not in trouble. I'm a man of honor and valor. I will keep my life on the line for you as long as you speak true.
Well, upon arriving the day that I've been around the city for a little while, and on the day of the new, well, the big boss guy's job thing, I got approached by Gnome there to do a little job. He said bring my friend along, which was old Bob. So by the looks of it, the job was to get a couple barrels from on a ship. Upon trying to get onto that ship, we bumped into that Dick Weedle, and I'll nod over towards Xanth. So, by the sounds of it, I may have accidentally let slip on who hired me, which I wasn't meant to do. Well, let's just say, in my own unique way, I got the job done, until a little pipsqueak wizard got in the fucking way. Let's just say things went very south from there. That's what was the cause of that massive explosion.
I heard about that the other night.
Yeah, well, I
Stories
was
went around the tavern.
I was in that crater just before it went boom. So then, after that shit show, I decided to do what I do best after a job gone sideways. I get piss-ass drunk. Next day I wake up, and lo and behold, he got taken to the back to meet Gnome Face over there. He was talking about making copies of us or some shit. How we just fucked up by letting his name slip. And it was that Dragonborn there who said that we were the ones who let it slip.
Is Arnak still standing there while this conversation is happening?
Yes, he is still standing there.
Okay, so at this point, Dan turns to Darmund and says, "Sir, I beg your forgiveness because it seems like both of us have been played."
Well, that's not the end of my story there. Next thing you know, he was ifing and amming whether to let us go, a slap's bottom, or to put us out of our misery and make copies of us with a similar.
The word you're looking for is simulacrum.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yes, indeed.
Well, Bob saw an
Now, Samuel.
opportunity before happening. Bob blew some sort of breath at him. I saw the opportunity to leg it, but the last thing I saw of Bob was getting stabbed in the chest.
There's not any more pizza.
No, like I would have remembered that.
Yeah, well, you might be that whatever he just said.
I also feel like I remember you muttering this exact same thing passed out on the tavern floor.
But I'm not going to lie. I think you're one of those simian Wondermans.
And I think you're drunk.
I haven't touched a drop this morning.
As Aranax raises his hand, hold on. If I may, if he has a simulacrum, I believe that there is an easy way to identify. Albeit a bit painful. You see...
how painful we talking here?
Well... You see, a simulacrum, as it is weaker than the original person, but beyond that, a simulacrum cannot be beaten unconscious. Once it has been rendered beaten, it dissolves into a pile of snow rather than living flesh. It cannot bleed, it simply dispels.
Well, snowman?
Essentially, yes, a snowman copy. So theoretically, if he was a simulacrum, a copy, then by beating him into unconsciousness, we would be able to quickly prove that was the case.
Or I could just draw blood. I think that would work too.
I mean, that would probably work. It's even that might be too much.
I like the idea of beating someone into unconsciousness.
I mean, attacking this man, the Dragonborn. I remember you considered him drinking buddies. You would really just attack him, just like that.
I don't even know if it's him right now.
I'm not surprised.
Come on, man.
Can I offer my assistance? I think I know a much easier way to solve this issue.
What's that?
Now, Samuel, instead of coercing a man into telling you his secrets, let him speak freely, and then search through your heart for the culprit, and he will cast Divine Sense, which should tell if, since simulacrum is considered undead, if he is a simulacrum or not.
What? Repeat, please.
Would actually... So, Divine Sense. It's able to help you identify a creature for what it is, not for... Yeah, so to identify its type.
Yeah.
Alright, you go ahead and activate it.
Yep. He closes his eyes for a couple of seconds, before opening them, an odd, soft glow to his eyes as he points. You. And he'll try and identify Bob.
He is humanoid. He is not undead.
What do you see?
Well, he is mortal. Flesh and blood, his heart is pumping.
What the fuck
Yeah,
happened?
that's what I was saying.
If I may,
Darmund,
would you mind allowing me to tell what I remember? Because clearly there is a bit of confusion on multiple sides.
indeed, go ahead.
Who's speaking?
This would be Umbren in this case. So, as it is, I admit that I did meet these two beforehand. I met them specifically in the Dragon's Head Tavern while I was looking for Open Lord Jackson. I believe it was in the morning before the coronation. A few hours before I had met you, actually, Xanth. I noticed that they were low-level mercenaries, and I'd asked them about their mercenary experience.
Statement.
You can't deny that it's true.
No, that's true. We did meet you on that morning.
And I gave them the job offering of essentially taking a box, a chest of essentially gems and other valuables that I had taken from nearby caves, goblin caves, and essentially bringing it to my tower. I offered them this job, which the pay was 100 gold pieces, I believe.
That bit's true, aye. But then you messaged me later on through some magic saying about these barrels. You saying that wasn't you?
I am saying that that was not me.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I noticed. Where's that silver ring?
Silver ring?
When you stabbed Bob and gave us shit for fucking up this barrel job, you had a silver ring on your hand. I may not be smart, but I notice things.
I also noticed a silver ring whenever we were having our conversation, didn't I?
Yes. It was yes.
Maybe
The
you
silver
got a
ring was
divorce.
Apollo, are you able to still get that thing, your sight?
That is one problem that I run into. The problem with the silver ring that I have is that it is a family heirloom. It's more of a particular tool that I use on special occasions or random occasions, but it is easy enough to fool people into thinking that any silver ring looks the same as it. It's not exactly easy
Insight
to
check.
identify it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I ain't got the greatest
No,
insight, but I'm
hold
willing.
on.
I'm really on edge.
Apollo will follow in the insights check.
18.
Absolutely.
Same.
18?
16.
16? 12? As it is, he appears to be telling the truth.
4.
So what you're telling me is that might not have been you that told me to do the barrel job.
So, here's what I remember after the incident. I had specifically asked, after I had talked with Xanth, I had asked a couple of my mercenaries to essentially find the both of you. They were two individuals. Ziraz the Hunter, a half-orc, and Schemo Weirdbottle, a gnome who I believe is more of an artificer, but he's certainly a master of magic in his own right. I remember hearing back from them finding Bob, and to the point where Bob was brought to me directly, and I heard his version of events from him directly when they brought him to me in the Kolat Towers. However, I did not hear anything about what happened to you. I had still been waiting.
Well, the last point, I got told to go to a warehouse with the barrels. Kind of where I ran to after shit went sideways with meeting you. Well, you or the other you. Then I got approached by... Is the guy who met me at the warehouse there?
That would be Aranax.
Okay, yeah, just getting too many names. That would be Aranax there. And Aranax, what sort of state was I in when you found me?
Bleeding. Beaten. To the point where I could actually see the blood trail leaving the tavern. Or leaving the tavern and heading straight to the warehouse. Even if you didn't do it, I'm sure one of your mercenaries did.
There were 5 armored people with him. They're the ones that led us to the back room. Can I do a... This is going to be really bad idea, because he's going to not do fuck all. But can I do a history check to see if there's any emblem on the armored people in that tavern that led us to
Absolutely.
the back?
You can try to remember some of these things. Or try to remember what you can.
13, which is not bad
13.
considering I got a -2 to my history.
Lord Apollo.
You remember them mentioning or at least the Umbren that you saw mentioning something about the Black Network.
There was some talk about this Black Network sort of shit.
Oh,
Is that
those guys.
Yeah, he said you had some connection to it, Bob.
Stole a bunch of their money one time. They're kind of out to get me right now.
Well, I was right all this time about you working with criminals, Lord Umbren.
I mean, no. I mean, is it really stealing if you're stealing from criminals, you know?
Zan
I feel like that
speaks
sort of
up.
cancels it out.
Zan speaks up, looking at Lord Umbren. What I can't put together is how you would expect us to believe you after all of these conflicting stories. You told me whenever you and I and Arnax met for dinner that you had nobody working for you looking for these barrels. You had no knowledge of this. Now you're admitting that you actually met these two previously, which you did not tell me. I didn't know their names. I just knew that there was a dwarf with a battle axe swinging at these guys on the ship. But apparently you knew who they was because you brought him up here. So
apologize to Bessie right now. It's great axe.
I did not necessarily know that those two were the ones that took the barrels until I see them directly in front of me.
it's just a very, very tangled.
Yes, I'm aware.
I'm very confused right now.
So am I.
Question: when you found, you're the ones that found Bob, correct? No, like this at Lord Umbren.
Specifically, it was Ziraj the Hunter who supposedly found Bob.
What
and he was the one
condition
who
was
brought
Bob?
him to me.
What condition was Bob in when he was found?
Let's see, if I remember correctly,
Pretty okay.
Hey,
relatively fine,
May I-
but I could be wrong about that.
may I speak up for a
I
few
might have healed him.
questions? This is also confusing. So, the dwarf, the blue dragonborn were on a job led to the explosion at that bar. But Umbren here was the boss. That
I mean,
Employer.
they're saying that you betrayed them. Oh,
it didn't.
right?
I mean,
Oh.
I didn't say it.
What are you doing here?
Co-founder for your adventuring group. I was here to try and help you with your efforts to reform the Order of the Gauntlet. I'm funding half of the effort.
Of
Really?
course you are. Thank you.
Thank you, but why?
Why? Because I want law and order in this city, and I do not trust the fellows from Neverwinter to provide it.
A fair assumption.
Well, for me, as
My brother from the Platinum Cadre, can I speak to you?
just before that,
Fair enough.
the way I see it right now is it's one of two things. I got two things to say here. First one, you, Dragonborn, not Bob Xanth. It's a great axe, not a battle axe. Apologize to Bessie. She's offended. And two, this is one of two things by my reckoning. It's either Umbren there is lying through his little mouth and he's actually a bit of a dick, or there's someone else going around being a bit of a dick.
Oh, we've
If I may,
already just
as you
lost.
see Lord Aranax pipe up, if I may, there is a possibility here that I've realized. So, you mentioned that the individual that you had seen in the tavern looked just like him, looked just like Lord Umbren, correct?
Aye.
And you had mentioned armed guards coming for you in the tavern.
Yeah, there was some sort of plated guards sort of thing.
If I may, where was this taking place?
Oh, that would be at the Cock on the Swain. Nice place, but
Yes, the Angry Coxswain,
that's the one.
a tavern owned by the Zentarim, which, if my record finding shows, was controlled previously by Manchun and now Lord Umbren. I want you to understand, Lord Umbren, regardless of your intentions with the resources you now have, you are working with criminals. Criminals are working under you, and if you send them to find these two, rather than going yourself, I'd say that it is quite a possibility that they were not very kind when they found them. And if you say you did not give the order to look for those barrels, but somebody else claiming to be you did, well, if I remember correctly, impersonating an open lord or impersonating a lord of Waterdeep is considered a crime punishable by death. You are working with people who are taking a massive risk.
Xanth chimes up and says, and then there's the issue of this simulacrum, because we've heard this before, haven't we, Arnax? And he nods to you knowingly.
Indeed. We know that Lord Umbren is capable of using simulacrums. However, I see no reason for him to simply mention it in a situation where where even one of them manages to get away. Especially considering that Master Apollo here had already attempted Divine Sense to see if the Dragonborn here, the blue one, is a simulacrum.
I think I'm having a rare moment of my brain actually working. Do you think he deliberately said about the simulacrum to try and frame Lord Umbren?
Lord Umbren's eyes widen at that.
We're looking for a mole,
Perhaps.
so to say. Someone to backstab Lord Umbren from the south.
Because
And someone who knows intimately his movements and his dealings,
and his
because
power,
he knew exactly who all to deal with.
and the power he has.
You know, didn't they expect Lord Umbren to become like the new Open Lord? But he didn't.
Well, I think
You think
Lord
there's
Umbren was half expecting it.
Huh. You think there's a reason, like, why he lost?
Well,
Or why he didn't get it?
That's down to...
As
That might have something to do with it?
Lord Umbren himself pipes up saying, I do believe that it was not due to natural circumstances. I truly believe that I would become Open Lord. I truly believe. Yet, that is unfortunately not how things occurred. For whatever reason, Degalt Neverember was seen as a more worthy candidate than me. And I have been struggling to understand why. Why him, of all people? Fine. Perhaps, for whatever reason, I am not considered worthy, but why him, of all people? A man who was ousted from the position years before, after abandoning his own city to take control of Waterdeep.
8.
What if to stave off a war?
You think that Jackson knew something that we all didn't? Because he asked me a really weird fucking question.
8. So you're saying the last Open Lord picked a new Open Lord that was not fit for the job, and now we also have a man copy of a potential replacement running around dulling the name? Couldn't it be possible if the last Open Lord is being held somewhere and was replaced by one of these snowmen to specifically to publicly and give the title of Open Lord to the guy who isn't
worthy?
Yeah.
Say who, what, where now?
I see what you mean, but
The
makes
Open
too
Lord
much
Jackson
sense,
did
though.
disappear the moment he made the decision.
He asked me a really
He did
odd
disappear.
freaking question. He asked me where do I see the city in 3 years.
That is a pretty weird question now that I think about it.
Hey, Lord
You're not
Lord
even from
Umbren,
this city.
you knew Jackson quite well from the day we met, you said. Has he ever asked you
Yes,
that
yes.
question?
Not until near the end. He had been at least decently enthusiastic at the beginning of his reign, but about a year he wore down more and more and more. But by the final days, it was like I didn't even know him anymore.
Oh shit. Do you think he's one of those snow crams?
I think so.
If he is, then I haven't an idea as to how the real Open Lord Jackson could have possibly been abducted.
Yeah, because he's a fucking slippery one, I'll give him that. He just poofed. No, where the fuck did he go?
Isn't Ygorl and Voranatar known as Lord Protector of Neverwinter? I feel he would be more than worthy to take on an Open Lord. With relative ease, I would say.
In open combat? I mean, I don't believe Degalt is that kind of ruler, but
Maybe
clearly
I mean, a man who
resistance.
brings his troops in force to take reign isn't looking for a quiet handover.
Maybe he got someone to do the job for him. I mean, that sort of power, it's not exactly common, is it? So who would be strong enough to take on someone like Jackson and win?
Certainly not me.
Well, I think all that we have left to ask really is what are we going to do about any of this information?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go grab a fucking drink, because this is making my head hurt. And I've already had too many knocks to the head in the past week.
Actually, if I may, as Aranax pipes in, I was going to mention the first job that this group has, that when we were finished doing the ceremony of announcing this group's unity, the first job would be to guard a tavern for the night.
Order tap.
You just
To
see,
God a
you
tavern.
literally, and this is gonna be real, as if by magic, Darmund's eyes light up into love hearts. I fucking love
Oh
you.
boy.
I fucking love you.
Tavern? Filthy
Oh.
place of debauchery and
Now,
Absolute beauty.
Samuel.
sin?
Oh,
Samuel.
fucking yes. Oh, I feel rejuvenated. If I fucking could, I just if you are the evil one, Lord Umbren, could you just wait until I've done this job before you kill me? Because thank you, whatever gods made this happen. I don't know. There's too many of you.
Lathander Wilson, I will do my job with the utter brilliance as bright as his light.
Yeah, that, and well,
Excuse my squire.
it's all right. Yeah, I got the same idea. I'll do the same with my bright and brilliance and on too many whiskeys.
Darmund, I will
Let
say,
me with your drinks.
I don't want there to be strife between us. I only reported what I saw, and it wasn't in my intention to report anything other than what I saw and what actually happened, just the truth.
I know it was my fuck up, but my fuck up leading to you reporting, and some shits happened. I got shit canned. Like I was near death when if I didn't run. The one so uniquely strong at running and barreling through things, I may not have made it out there.
And with that, Xanth puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "All that is lost can be restored."
Just one thing. You called Bessie a battle axe one more time. She's going to show you how splitting her personality really is.
And for the first time, you see anything other than a scowl on Xanth's face. He smirks and says, "Duly noted. I apologize to the Great Axe." Kind of grins just a little bit.
She forgives you. She'll let one slip, but any more, and she gets angry, and then I don't want her moaning at me all fucking night. You get the feeling like Darmund's played around, been in a lot of taverns, slept with a lot of women, but the one true love he has is his great axe.
I don't want to think about this any longer than I have to, so let's go.
Darmund, the slayer of witches and the layer of bitches.
I fucking love that title of Blondie. What was your name again? What was your name again, Blondie?
Oh, Apollo Belmont. This is my squire, Samuel.
Apollo and Servant Boy. Gotcha.
Speaking of which, I believe I heard your name earlier. Was it Xanth?
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Can I borrow you for a second? I wish to give a moment of teaching to my squire.
By all means.
Samuel, do you recall hearing about the Palatinum Cadre and having your question?
Yeah, I do.
He points to the symbol on Xanth's shield and goes, "This is a man part of that. You might want to speak to him and ask your questions there."
I figured. He goes back to staring at the silver dragon head on the dude's shoulders. He called you a dragonborn.
Indeed.
I don't think I've seen your kind before since.
Well, it's quite a long story. I'll save you all the details, but I will say that it is not quite known where we originally came from. Some of my kind believe that we were slaves to the dragon, and others of my kind believe that not all dragons are evil, myself among them. And the Platinum Cadre has devoted itself to proving and supporting the good dragon kind, such as my Lord Bahamut. So that is my oath.
Lizard God, got it. Rock on. All hail the lizard god. Never. Sorry.
We wish you goodwill. Xanth.
Hmm.
Thank you for allowing him to question.
Oh, knowledge is a good thing. I have no trouble.
He does like a little bow, and I'll be happy to walk with you, Master Xanth.
Xanth returns the courtesy.
Samuel, could you grab my sword, please? I fear we will need it for the announcement.
Yes, my lord. And he runs over to the stuff and picks up the big old sword and hands it over to Lord Belmont.
I'm
Clip it on.
while this is happening, I'm gonna walk up to Bob and I'll be like, sort of curiously look him over, still not quite believing he's the real Bob, and he's just gonna take a finger and where he saw him get stabbed, he's just gonna prod it like, does that hurt at all?
I mean, not any more than, like, just poking me in any other area.
That is fucking... Oh, Jesus. I'm glad you're alive, Bob, but some shit fucking happened, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's like when I got...
Oh, also,
oh, no.
I've been meaning to tell you this for a while, but my name's not actually Bob.
What?
It's the alias. It's Kriv. It's my name.
I'm still gonna
Yeah,
call you fucking Bob, because
It
that's what-
really is... Like, I really didn't expect this to last this long, but no, that's not actually my name.
Oh, next you'll be telling me you're not a fucking lizard man.
Oh, actually I'm a kobold. No, I'm just joking on that second one. No,
Wait,
not actually. It's right.
that's still a lizard man.
When you say kobold, Xanth kind of tweaks a little bit.
It's okay, he's still a lizard.
Oh,
There's a bit of laughter
fascinating.
between Aranax and Lord Umbren at that.
well, do we set off?
I do
Yeah.
believe we are both ready.
Ready for what? It's a tavern. Let's get fucking... I mean, let's work to the best of brilliance of light and glory and drunkenness. I mean, no, not that.
Oh, you don't have to hide it, Darmund.
There is
I'm sure
one-
I'll have a drink
Definitely.
myself.
There is one more thing that I was hoping to try to settle before you went out.
Who's the best looking? Because that's easily me.
Unfortunately, no. I meant what the group's name was. We hadn't quite clarified that.
Kriv Crew, the Kriv Club, the Kriv Collective.
Darmund and the Believers. See, that's got a fucking ring to
I
it.
don't want it to be
This is an
completely
effort
based on
to
individuals.
relight the Order of the Gauntlet. If anything, we should.
No, that is not all of their efforts. That is
Yes.
ours.
Maybe
We
like
simply follow.
the
I
order
was-
of the... Oh,
If I may, the two suggestions, or really, the suggestion that I had ultimately decided to consider was the Waterdeep Watchers. A bit of a generic title, I'm aware, but it was what I could come up with in the moment.
Well, how about the Waterdeep Wanderers? Because we've all been wandering around a little bit.
I had actually considered, if I may introduce my own idea, I had been considering the Platinum Gauntleteers.
Waterdeep one.
I like the first one better.
Oh,
I gotta try and...
Wanderers.
I gotta be able to say this, so that sounds a bit complicated.
We could be
Yeah.
Waterdeep.
How many
I
syllables?
believe Waterdeep Wanderers is perfectly fine.
Not Wanderers. Wanders, since we're
Yes, Wanderers.
Wander.
I'm
Wander.
aware.
Wander. Like one.
I think Watchers sounds better because, like, we're watching over the city. We're not just wandering around and like.
I mean,
not,
but
like,
what about if we...
it gives us more confidence. It sounds more.
What if
like,
we go out-
confident.
Does sound
Waterdeep.
more confident.
Wander. WONDER. I'm not letting my speech impediment get in the way of me trying to. Darn
I
it.
know what you're talking about. I was saying
Waterdeep
Platinum
Wonders.
Gauntlet or Platinum Gauntleteers, because Platinum Gauntlet is a combination of the two. Or Platinum Cadre and
Got it.
Order of the Gauntlet.
Wandering Watchers. There we go.
Watching
Fucking thank you. Wandering Watchers.
Actually,
Watch
I actually
it.
quite like that one. Because Wandering Watchers are ones you do not expect to be watching, because they are wandering.
Yeah, and we're
doesn't
not
make
specifically tying ourselves to this city, so we have
Watching
like
one.
brand appeal in case we ever decide to move, you know? We won't have to change our name every time.
Watching Wanderers or Wandering Watchers?
Wandering Watchers rolls off
Wandering
the tongue.
Watchers.
Rolls off the
Yeah.
tongue a bit better.
Just sounds
What
better.
about you, Blondie? What do you think of that?
Good.
Wandering Watchers, eh?
That's a name that you could put on like a robe or
An axe?
hat. A hat,
It is
yeah.
befitting. I like it.
It's good for branding. Yeah.
I think
Very
I
well.
could.
If you find that to be a decent enough name for your efforts, then by all means, Wandering Watchers it is.
I think I could.
WW.
Yeah, see, we were already making initials for it. I mean,
Yeah.
aye, that's a one and done thing, but still.
W's, double W's,
Alright.
double W.
Well,
WW.
Quadruple
Double.
because it's like quadruple U's because it's like two double U's, so
squared.
it's like quadruple
U squared.
U's, you know.
now, considering the fact that we have already spent too much time discussing the shenanigans revolving around the city, and our friend here, as he points to Lord Umbren, I have done nothing. I have said this already. Regardless, unfortunately there is not enough time. Unfortunately, there is not enough time to do the ceremony properly without missing the date, or missing the time in which I expected for you to arrive at the tavern. So we'll have to cut the ceremony a bit short, and finish it later,
Understandable. As long as
tomorrow.
our name can be sent amongst, I am more than fine with escalating its speed.
I mean, what
Yeah.
sort of speed we talking? Rub-a-dub-dub, welcome to the club.
I will always be on Hollow's side.
Okay, that's a bit weird, but never mind. You mean well.
He is a noble man.
So
I
am I.
am honored to be his pupil.
And I'm
No,
honored
no.
to be, well, I guess his friend, I guess.
You're a good man, Darmund. I expect great things from you.
Oh, you haven't even seen me in combat yet. Wait till you see that. Hey, Bob!
Well, with the reputation Bessie has been shown, I'm sure she does some damage.
Hopefully we'll find out tonight.
So, the tavern that you will be guarding is called the Underdark.
Oh, that's...
Oh,
Right.
That's gloomy. Wait, isn't that where all those...
Encouraging name.
Isn't that where all the fucking... the naughty elves live?
The what?
That is quite a strange thing to say, that there's where all the naughty elves live. Forget
You
it.
mean the Trows?
To answer your question, the Underdark, as a region,
Ooh.
is, yes, the area underground the entirety of the world, which is often populated by
Is that
drow,
real?
amongst many other things.
Oh, I
Yes,
went
that
there
is
once.
quite real.
Was it not a nice day? That was a bad...
I'll get you a book on the Underdark later, Samuel.
Oh,
Anyways, the Underdark, the tavern, is a bit different. It's a lower ranking tavern, I believe, in the trade district, which is rumored to house drow, but it's never fully confirmed. You know how that tends to go.
It definitely has.
so you want us
Wink,
to
nudge, nudge.
guard this tavern in hopes of catching drow?
No. The problem is that the residents of the inn and the people who maintain it as a result of what they are accused of being are often put in danger.
Oh.
And in fact, with the new management coming in, there have been concerns that there might be an escalation of violence within the tavern. So the idea was to try and bring a few people who
excel at
would
violence.
not actually, if I may, not excel at violence, but rather to intimidate enough that they would not cause violence.
Drow Dark Elves?
We will be peacekeepers. We will not incite violence. We will be peacekeepers.
Exactly.
I promise.
I'll try not to.
I promise not to try to incite violence.
Lord Apollo, Drow Dark Elves?
Yes.
Exactly, not
Yeah.
naughty elves.
Squad.
Okay.
What?
Wait, aren't they refugees? Aren't there like a lot of Dark Elf refugees?
Up north, yes.
Yes, most of them are up north as attempting to rebuild their society after what happened with Ygorl. Nasty business, all that. And that's not accounting for the slavers that are also still underground.
That's the
But that's not anything to worry about.
Yes, down here they are free
So
men.
you want us there to tell to slap people and tell them to shut up if they cause too much trouble? Aye. Easy
Please
enough.
read the code, Ygorl.
The code what now?
The code, Ygorl. The laws you're not supposed to break within the city.
I thought that
Usually
was a
brandishing the
tick
weapon without-
list of laws you should break.
Oh my
I nearly completed the damn
doomed.
list.
You know, I'm actually quite happy you did not do any of the jobs for me. I'm actually quite happy that I never actually got you to carry those boxes. I'm sure it would have ended quite horribly. Aranax, this is on you, whatever happens in that tavern.
Yeah, I do get carried away. I'm not going to lie. But
Oh,
I'm effective at what I get done. Unless someone interferes, I do get a good job done.
when do we start?
Right now.
Yes! Let's go!
Oh,
Head on.
okay.
I promise not to kill anyone.
Samuel is gonna run up.
No, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll
Make
down
no
on
such
them.
Samuel's gonna run
promises.
over to the corner and grab all of his and Apollo's stuff.
Come on, Squire boy. Jesus.
Who
Have that stuff ready.
will address me as Samuel?
Squire boy, got it.
Now.
Still
I don't
disappointed
even
we
think that Darmund will call me by my name.
It's fine, Apollo Belmont.
Call
Oh.
him Lord Apollo Belmont. He mumbles to himself.
Oh.
I'm just disappointed we couldn't get Broom Man on this
Oh,
team.
Broom Man. I miss him.
Yeah.
He swept the floor with all of those people. He could drink. Me, not many people. Drink could drink
By the
same as
way,
me.
Since you mentioned Broom Man, I was somewhat worried that he was involved in this. I also didn't want to mention this during our conversation because it didn't feel like it mattered. But I heard that just about an hour ago, funny enough, the Hemsdale warehouse burned down.
Oh shit!
No, not even an hour ago. Apologies. 6 hours ago.
Oh,
No, wait. Yesterday.
you got the memory
Sorry,
like I have.
I'm trying. I'm just trying to gather the timeline for all of this. This conversation has taken me for a ride.
What do you think I feel? I was fucking living it.
Apologies. But yes, the whole tavern burned to the ground.
It was a nice place.
Sounds like this man had a lot of vigor to him. Some sort of wrath.
Who?
I know that's
This
not.
broom man you speak
No,
of.
Broom Man
I mean,
was,
we don't know he did it.
Broom Man
Could have been
was a
anyone.
good sort. He was just with a bad crowd. I mean,
Actually, funny enough, only thing that I believe was found at the scene of the crime, the scene of the arson, was a signet ring, which was supposedly worn by Deadeye.
I was alright, did I? Oh shit, wait a minute. Oh boy.
Wait,
I think someone
Wait.
might be trying to cover their fucking tracks. I may have forgotten to mention that there was a letter in my bag, but the other Lord Umbren's got it now.
Oh.
I can't remember what it bloody well said.
Oh.
Wait, don't we have a ceremony we have to attend?
I did the quick version.
No.
I'm trying to.
It will be postponed, Samuel.
Okay.
Don't worry, Squire
Go
boy.
to the tavern. Oh, think about this. I'll have to consider these words. So, as the party heads on their way to the Underdark Tavern. Give me a sec.
Wait, I just remembered something about the letter.
What?
Didn't it say something about a pirate king or something?
Hey! Bob, you fucking genius! Sorry, Kriv. I'm just gonna call you fucking Bob, because that's the first name I knew you by. But, hey Bob, that was fucking well remembered.
Yeah.
Who is the Pirate King? I mean, it wouldn't...
Maybe he's the guy who's imitating Umbren.
Oh, that's an interesting theory.
There was a map on the wall of the ship that I took to Lord Umbren that suggested that they were taking those barrels to a known pirate haven.
Pirates.
Luskin.
They're fucking idiots. I mean, the pirates on that boat I fought, they couldn't hit me. And I'm a 4'5" dwarf. They couldn't even fucking hit me.
Well, I feel like that would make it harder to hit you.
No, lower target, easier,
Like
downforce.
Smaller range to like hit, you know?
You calling me short?
Darmund,
I
I was
mean,
about to say, if I were, and he's not going to like unsheath his sword, but take it with the sheath on and swing horizontally, and it whiffs straight over Darmund's head.
No, no,
don't
not
think-
like that, Apollo Belmont. Oh, sorry, Squire boy. Lord Apollo Belmont. Lower.
you have to
Direct
like
lower. Aim lower.
bend over.
Aim lower. You get a hit on me then.
I know, I don't want to hit you, but I
Yeah,
assume these pirates
like-
were expecting to fight someone. Yeah.
Oh, I get you. Ah, sneaky. Yeah, I get you now. But you know,
Yes, yes.
I can take a hit or two.
So, as you approach the Underdark Inn, the area seems surprisingly well kept for for a place that supposedly has such a ill repute. Only thing noticeable about the tavern that makes it stand out from the rest are the brief blood splatters on the stone floor, just a bit outside the tavern.
Oh, there's been some fights in this place. This is gonna be a good job. I can feel it.
Strangely, as you get to the door, the blood trail ends, as if as if it was just outside the tavern.
I see how they do it. Okay. I got it. Drag him outside, then kick the shit out of him. Not a problem.
And remove their body.
Well,
Can I offer something?
if it's a drink, then yes.
Oh, I planned on having that happen anyway. Apollo's going to hand his pouch over to Samuel and say, "For the party, and get something for yourself too."
I think I just found my new best friend.
Xanth holds his hand up and says, "I do not partake."
I'll take his.
Okay. He kind of.
Dwarven stuff, Squire boy, dwarven stuff.
Okay.
Best stuff
Okay.
going.
He's kind of shaking at the bar now, like, dwarven stuff, and the waddle, and
A face palm.
So, as you get up there, as you get up to the bar, you see what looks to be a human male with just a black beard, bald head. All right. Dwarven ale and water. Reading this correctly?
Yeah, he looks back at the blue dragonborn. What do you want?
I'll have water,
2
too.
waters.
I'm gonna
Very well.
2 dwarven ales,
I'll
please.
go up to Apollo and I'll be like, you can teach Squire Boy how to order drinks. He's like a lamb on ice.
Well, he's a little fresh. I wanted to have him experience some things himself. But back to what I was going to say. May I suggest one of us stand guard out front for, per se, shifts, and then we shall rotate every once in a while, as so we don't end up tired halfway through the night.
Keep a drink of me and I won't ever get tired. But I see what
I
you're
can
saying.
take the first shift.
Okay, just make sure you tell them to behave themselves. Get to meet
and
Bessie.
keep an eye out as long as you need me to. So
See, that's good boy, Squire Boy. But you need to be more confident in when ordering drinks. They're not gonna bite. They might bite, but that's the ones that like you. I'll give him a wink.
Yeah.
Oh.
Drinks with teeth in them are the worst kind, in my
you
opinion.
say a lot of weird words in weird ways together, Master Dwarf.
It's because I got.
With that, Xanth walks out to the front and takes the first watch.
Of course.
Fair enough.
I'll just I'll hop up on a stool, prop up the bar, and say, just keep an eye and say, right, any of you little fucks cause trouble, you're going outside for a kick-in. And I'll just start. I won't say it out loud, but I'll say it to
Funny enough.
myself. I'll be like,
The tavern itself, funny enough, aside from the barman, surprisingly empty.
Like, almost completely?
Yeah.
You say almost
What?
completely. So who else is in it?
Yeah, there's one sun elf in the corner with extremely fancy robes, just sitting having a pipe. Not even sitting in a chair, just sitting in the corner.
Like on the floor?
Yes.
And I
I'm gonna look at the barman and I'm gonna go, hey, Darmund, who's the hippie guy over in the corner?
Don't do anything about that one.
But
Believe me,
your only
he is
customer?
he's better left alone.
that's
Oh,
He's
no,
not
to
causing
me.
trouble, so he's fine.
Alright. How much for those drinks, sir?
3 silver.
The bag.
Okay.
Ding, ding.
There was 10 gold
Oh,
pieces
10
in there.
gold pieces? I've still.
I can give you change. Don't worry about it.
5 silver's a gold piece, right? He puts the gold pieces.
Hey, that'd be the one. Or was it 7?
Yes,
tell
5
you what.
gold.
Yes, 5 silver makes 1 gold piece. As he takes the gold piece, since the price was 3 silver, here is 2 silver
Alrighty,
back.
thank you. He puts it in the bag and
Wait,
pulls it up.
that's happened to me before. Why does that not right?
Master Dwarf, where are you from? You have a very interesting dialect.
From north.
You mean
I grew up in a wee, small mining town, mining village. I got a bit too much into trouble there, so I decided to just leave and got into mercenary work and... Well... don't remember much of that. You see this scar on my head and I'll kind of lean down and you see like a massive scar, like across like the back of the head.
oh
Well, I took a big knock and I don't really remember much. I think I was part of a crew, but I don't remember any of them. And then I just wander around, drinking, fighting, fucking, and sleeping and eating, and pissing.
Darmund, you remind me of my younger years.
Oh,
Possible.
look about
But
20.
still. Oh wait, you have told me. Never mind.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm not too grandly old, but I started adventuring at a very young age. My family is known for hunting monsters.
You still haven't answered my question. How old fucking are you?
Yeah, that's kind of like a dodge there. Like you're skirting around this.
I am 42.
Oh, you're not that much older than me then.
I'm 19.
No.
I'm.
No.
Wait a minute. What was the fingers I had to do again? You see me hold up 3 fingers in one hand and 4 in the other. I'm this old.
34.
Aye,
I think
that's
he's
the one.
saying.
See, I know numbers.
Oh,
1, 7. Shit, no.
well, I'm 19. I think,
Jesus, you're greener than my sick.
Mr. Dwarf, what's the story behind your great axe? You seem to have a lot of character for
Bessie.
it. A lot of love for it.
Oh, Bessie. She's my true love. She lets me, it's an open relationship, so she lets me sleep around and I let her open people up.
Samuel kind of chuckles a little bit, though he's trying to hide it.
Oh, I see you have a little sense of humor in there, not to bring it out.
Master Dragonborn, referring to the blue one. What about you?
His name's Bob.
What about what?
Well, where
about
are you
me?
from? Well, you're not like the Masters have.
Village.
That's the one!
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I
Yeah,
knew
that's
that
right.
one. See, I do pay attention, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Village
has.
Hill. That one's south from here, isn't it?
Wait, that's. I mean, yeah.
Apollo,
Mm-hmm.
Apollo, I've never
Of
heard of
course.
Villageville.
Oh, it's a rare place. You would probably have never seen it in your times of study. Been there a couple of times. Riveting people
okay.
there.
If there's anything like...
You have.
Oh yes, but only for passing.
I mean, if they're anything like Bob, they're
Mhm.
fucking salt of the earth. Unless they're snow, then they're Simulacrum.
I'll be honest. I have no idea. I could not understand any of the words you just said there.
And I thought I was dumb.
Not.
Oh,
I mean, you just said like a bunch of gibberish there. It's not really my fault.
I said you're salt of the earth unless you're snow. That means you're a Simulacrum.
My soul.
It means you're a good fucker.
he's
It means
saying,
you're a good guy.
Okay.
It's a wee saying I have from where I am. You're salt of the earth. It means you're fucking good as gold. A bit like Apollo here. And maybe Squire Boy, but he's still a bit green. And I think he means well.
Excuse me for a second. I will be right back. Samuel,
Yes,
stay
my
here.
lord.
Apollo's gonna head out to the front, and he wants to go talk to Xanth.
Fair enough. You go out into the front as Xanth is watching the roads very carefully.
I glance over.
Found
when you
anything?
come out.
Found anything interesting?
No, everything seems to be in order thus far.
Ah. I did have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I see, as I said earlier, I saw that you are part of Platinum Cadre. How long have you served?
I Actually, just a short amount of time. I had just been initiated into the cadre when we left for Waterdeep. That was about a year and a half ago. We left a year ago, and I had been initiated about 6 months prior.
Interesting. You're still a little new to things then, I guess.
Fairly. Although I am from Clan Jalt. I don't know if you're familiar, but we are known to be supporters of the Platinum Cadre. So I've spent many years among them and learning their ways before I actually became one of them.
Of course. I appreciate your time with my squire. He's, I hate to say it, but he's a little sheltered.
Well, that's the only way for someone to learn, and there are other types of people, creatures in the world beyond count. So the only way to know all of them is to meet them and learn their ways. I respect that.
Cool. I did want to say it is a pleasure meeting you, as he holds his hand out.
Yeah, he would shake your hand.
As he does, he'll pull you in and say, "May the light be with you," before heading in.
Oh, Master Dwarf. All my life I've been kind of told that alcohol is unsightly, but is it taste good?
Oh, it's the fucking best. And there's lots of different kinds to try. It's a list that is never ending, although I aim to end it.
Interesting.
Speaking of, where are our drinks?
I thought we already had them.
I don't know.
As they are brought out relatively quickly.
Oh, there they are. Perfect timing.
They appear to be in rather typical tankards. A little bit of iron, not all that fancy.
Here.
Though,
Oh, sorry.
comedically, there is a logo of the tavern itself. Its name printed onto the tankard somehow.
Well, I think it is in order. He's going to set the tankard down with a hard thud and then lift it into the air and say, "For brotherhood."
Hey!
Yeah. You drink it first to make sure it's not poison.
Oh, if it's poisoned, then I
He
love
does
it more.
with that
Hey.
issue.
Hey, Squire Boy!
Hey,
With that
Mr.
issue, he'll drink
Bartender,
it down.
you think you could add a
yes.
little bit of what they're drinking into this? Just watered it down, maybe. Maybe I
No,
could
no,
try
no,
some.
no, 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 no.
Huh?
No, no, you do not. You do not.
If you water it down, then all that you get is a shit taste.
Exactly. The man knows his
Oh.
stuff. Here, and I'll hand him my tankard and say, "This is an honor to receive a sip of Darmund Hadouken's drink.
Oh.
Have a wee sip, lad. Put hairs on your chest.
Oh.
You can grow hairs on your chest, can't you?"
I got a few blonde friends. As he kind of looks at the drink and kind of closes his eyes as he takes a sip.
Not a boy, Samuel.
See what I mean?
Not great. Not great.
It's fucking lovely, isn't it?
You said it tasted good. His head
It does.
lands onto the ball, and he's like, Because now he goes and
Maybe
grabs
not
his
the
water
dwarven
to
stuff to
wash
start with.
it out.
I think maybe dwarven stuff might have been a bit strong for him for his first sip.
Yeah, better to lean him in hard before he tries anything soft.
I think it was him.
Anyways,
Cheers. I
Cheers.
just down the rest
And
of
he's gonna swing
down
it
the rest
back.
of the tankard.
Okay, guess that means it's not poison.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just coming up with reasons why they have so few customers around here.
Probably the name.
Ooh.
It does.
Olive.
Yeah.
No offense, Barman. No offense to you, but name does kind of ring bad juju vibes with some people.
With some, it rings bad vibes, as you put it, but it is branding in its own
That
way.
I get where you're going.
Faerun.
No such thing as bad publicity, my guy.
Exactly. No such thing at all.
Unless you blow
Yeah.
up, then that might be a little bit bad, but
I suppose that's a possibility. You know that pirate captain, Deadeye, has blown up quite a bit lately. Well, not literally, but
oh, really?
I think he might have done that literally a bit.
I know. I could.
Last time I saw him, he wasn't blown up, but then I just come from being blown up. Well, maybe he was blown up.
well,
Well, more like falling in a ship that is on fire. I don't know.
well, word is that it seems everybody is looking for him. At this point, he has supposedly been shipping dangerous items beyond the city. There are people that claim that he is a terrorist against the city. He has been identified as a terrorist. He has murdered a member of Force Grey.
Oh, Bird Watcher, I'm gonna miss you.
You know.
And
Birdwatcher.
Bird murder, more like.
Oh, that was
pity
the
what
other one,
happened
Bob.
to that man, though. To Ravelin.
Blood Mordor. Who was the other one?
Oh. Oh wait, yeah, you're
He's a
right.
bit of a dick. Blew himself up.
Don't know how he died.
Well, I threw an axe at him, and he blew
Anyway,
up the
continue.
Oh,
Continue.
yeah, shit, sorry.
I mean, as it is, that's fundamentally what happened. I mean, as it is, the Order of the Gilded Eye is looking for him. Both the Neverwinter and Waterdeep security force, the Watch, are all looking for him. There are even accounts that there are some people from both the Bregan de Arthi and the Zentarum, both mercenary companies in the city, looking for him.
All
Is that
for
hard to
more
find him?
murdering a man
Shit
from
if they
Force
can't
Grey.
find him.
Yeah, he's pretty hard to miss.
As you say this, you hear galloping outside the tavern as Xanth.
Yes.
You see down the road what looks to be a host of what almost looks to be a host of paladins on war horses. Not so much charging in, but moving quite fast through the streets, avoiding passerbys as they do so.
Have any identifying marks?
Roll a religion check.
19. Wow. I've only got a +1, so that was a good roll.
Damn.
As it is, you are able to see either on the saddles, on the armors, or even on the weapons in some cases of the individuals there. Well, the sheaths anyway. They don't have the weapons out in the streets. Anyways, you do notice a symbol of what is essentially a yellowish looking eye on the weapons.
Okay, I don't recognize which
The
deity it is.
man in the it's not of a deity. It resembles no mark of a deity you've seen before, although there have been minor examples of it being used to worship the god of hell. Anyways, you notice about 5 individuals on horseback. The one in the center having black hair and a long black goatee. Strangely enough, the one in the front, the one with the black hair, the goatee, has
He's
this
evil.
armor on him Like the rest of them have the what looks like silver plate armor with gold tint. This man has armor of just almost what looks to be solid gold. Just solid gold colors all around the armor.
Okay.
The entire armor looks golden.
Are they stopping at the tavern?
It looks like they're coming into the tavern. It looks like they're slowing down to stop at the tavern.
Okay, I will greet them. Well met, sirs. Brings you
Hello.
to this tavern this evening.
The man in the gold armor speaks. My name is Javen Tarmikos of the Order of the Gilded Eye. I am here looking for some fugitives from the law.
All right. My group is actually inside right now.
May I come in?
Sure. My group is actually inside right now trying to keep the tavern secure for the evening, so we would definitely know if there's any brigands around. Come on. I'll lead him in.
All right. As they get off, you...
Wait, what'd they say they were members of again?
Anyways...
You didn't hear that.
Going in,
high.
the rest of the party sees essentially Xanth leading in a group of 5 very heavily armed and heavily armored individuals. Plate armor, again, silver armor, gold trim, 1 in solid gold armor with a scarlet red cape.
Would either Apollo or Samuel recognize these people?
Not by the armor, but you do recognize the man in gold by the face. This is Javen Tarmikos, supposedly the founder of the Order of the Gilded Eye. During an incident in Helm's Hold, which was a fortress of the Order of the Gauntlet a number of years back, this man became essentially... He split off from the Order of the Gauntlet and formed his own group, less focused on protecting the cities and more around hunting down evil that's hiding in the shadows.
Well met, Lord Javakor.
Javen Tarmikos.
Tarmikos. Dang it!
No problem. I'll actually,
Well met, Lord Tarmikos.
I'll actually put that one in.
Thank you.
Evening, chaps. How you doing?
Hello.
He looks to you, Apollo, and says, Well met, Paladin. May I ask for your name?
Oh, Apollo. Apollo Belmont.
I see.
This is
And it would
my
appear that
squire.
you...
Hello, Lord Habakkuk.
It is lovely to meet the both of you, and I am quite happy to hear that, well, you have heard of me. I thought the Order of the Gauntlet was attempting to hide the fact that I even existed.
You are still doing good. I would doubt they find your name frowned upon.
That is good to hear. I've had disagreements with the leadership in the past, and I feared the worst. It's good to know that they still have that golden core that I served on before.
Of course. What seems to be the issue?
We got a report early this morning of what appeared to be 3 pirates exiting this tavern. Now, specifically, these 3 pirates were of the Deadeye crew. The ones that I believe a couple of the faces I see before me, pointing to Darmund and Kriv, and one face I had not recognized until now, pointing to Xanth, had fought in the dockyard just 2 days ago.
I heard of me.
Indeed, I have also heard that you have been offered bail for your crimes in the city. Oh, don't worry. If you have been relieved of your crimes and the proper amount of gold has been paid for your freedom, then we have nothing to discuss.
I'm not worried. I was just wondering what the hell.
But, yes, I was specifically here to investigate the pirates which supposedly had come out of the tavern. Believed that the rest of the crew might have still been here.
No, it's just been fairly quiet, if I'm honest with you.
I mean, except for that
But
guy in the corner.
he hasn't made a noise, he's just chilling.
I mean,
I see.
it's
How goes you? How are things going with you, Chilton Dradden? Quite marvelously, if I do say so, my dear Javi. Right, I'm not starting that conversation now. And you are sure that you have not seen any signs of these pirates? None in the slightest.
None so far.
Because I had seen a blood splatter on the ground just a bit before.
Of course, we did see that, but nothing of the sort after.
Well, you know, these things about taverns and that, there's always blood spatter outside. The amount of fights you get in taverns. I mean, you being a guard of some sort, you know what it is. There's plenty of always bar brawls outside, so but it doesn't look that fresh.
Yes.
You know, I might
Outside, but also inside. Barman, if you would be so kind, would you be willing to give me an explanation as to what took place in this bar for the bloodstain to have happened, and where these rumors had come from? If that is what you desire, Lord Javen, then by all means. Last night, yes, the pirate crew had come into the Underdark Tavern. They were looking for a rest. Their captain had already paid for the rooms. As it is, they had arrived with cutlasses and quarterstaffs in hand. Apparently someone had supplied them weapons. As it is, tried to encourage them to leave the moment we could. And miraculously, they did. There were 3 that stuck around for a bit longer, the captain and 2 of his more trained assailants. But eventually they left as well after a bit of fencing. I believe there might have been a bit of friendly fire on the way out, but I had seen nothing myself.
Oh?
Is that so?
How is their crew still alive? I thought I got them all on that boat.
Supposedly, there were 4 deaths among the crew, all armed while 1 mutinied.
Oh, Brewman. I miss you.
Another 11, if I remember correctly, fled the ship,
Those.
and 3 of the armed assailants were knocked out by the unfortunate man who blew himself to smithereens.
That dickhead.
Through a table at them, if I understand
what?
correctly.
you do.
Oh, no.
They
What
threw
do
a
you mean
table
blew himself?
at
Yeah.
the crewmates.
He means that he blew
Squire boy,
himself
once
up.
this is gone, once
saw-
these gentlemen have left and done their duty, I'll tell you the story. It's a good one.
Okay.
Actually, if possible, I would like to hear a detailed account from someone who had actually been on the scene. I have only been able to gain second-hand sources up to this point.
Well, if I'm all scot-free from it, then why not? It's always good to promote myself, you know, advertising, like we were talking about earlier.
So you go ahead and just explain what happened.
I'll do the finishing touches of. So we're down in this hole, and I threw an axe, caught him square right in the chest. But as he went down, he threw off this fire thing, and well, the barrels kind of went poop. Luckily, me and Bob,
You know, Darmund,
Bob,
I think I think there might be such a thing as bad publicity after all.
Really? I mean, that was one hell of a shot from my
A
axe.
little too late for that.
Would you agree?
Regardless of... I would say that it was quite a decent shot.
Thank you.
Though I would say that attacking somebody who claimed to be a part of the law is not a wise strategy. That said, I will have to admit that that man was very clearly not a member of the
No,
law,
he was a dick.
but rather a man acting out of vigilante justice, which...
Yeah, I knew that.
And if I remember correctly, he was brought along on this adventure by Ravelin, a new initiate into Force Grey.
Sounds
The
like
guy who got
the pulled up.
stabbed to death?
Yes, the Deadeye had stabbed to death.
That was a sad one. I liked him. He was a good sort. Salt of the earth.
Ignoring the fact that he had brought a dangerous mind into contact with flaming barrels, albeit on accident, unless it was not an accident at all. I fear that it may have been a terrible mistake to allow a drow into Force Grey.
I mean, it's been, you know. I mean,
Well,
Believe me, that mindset is not unfounded.
Of course, it was the black guy to die first.
We shouldn't be laughing at that.
it's funny.
But that mindset is not unfounded. For literally thousands of years, drow have acted as slavers, poisoners, and assassins. And this isn't just minor cases. That is drow society. It is not something to
Telling you,
ignore.
these people
Yes.
are dangerous.
Naughty elves, like I said.
I mean, to be fair, they are kind of controlled by evil spider gods, to be fair.
Yes, their religion is quite literally worshipping a goddess of chaotic evil. It's not exactly a complicated thing to figure out.
Naughty spider lady, naughty elves, in a naughty place.
Naughty spider
See,
lady?
I was
What's
right.
this about spiders and spider ladies?
Do
Everybody
not, son.
roll a insight check. Just
Inside.
19.
yeah, Xanth, you're able to very quickly notice, just offhandedly, that the barman is very uncomfortable with this conversation.
My apologies.
That said, if I may, I would like to test to make sure that there is nothing off going on here, if I may.
In
Well,
what way?
I would like for one of my assistants here to cast Detect Magic on the tavern. Make sure nothing is amiss.
I don't see why
We
not.
don't cause trouble because we're working to make sure there's no trouble. So it doesn't seem too problematic.
Xanth nods in agreement.
Yeah.
All right. Solaire, if you would be so kind.
Praise the sun!
As you hear or you see one of the paladins take off his helmet, and you see a man with golden skin and bright, vibrant golden hair, even down to golden eyes. Absolutely, Master Master Tarmikos.
Is he the God Emperor from 40k, perhaps?
Oh, I was thinking
Oh,
Goldilocks.
he's really shiny.
Right. You see the Solaire, put his hand out and begin sensing the area. Oh, wow, whoopee! That is a whole lot of magic, Master Tarmikos.
Well, I am I am quite magical.
Oh, well,
Are we
No,
disturbing
I mean-
anything?
Oh, no. It's mostly just all over the place. Like on the floors, mostly on the floors.
I mean,
Mm.
I don't
A
think
bit
I
over
remember
here,
coming
over here.
Okay, so the tavern's magic. What does that
Magic.
mean?
No, not the tavern itself. It's more like there's stuff on the ground that's a bit
What is
more
this?
hidden.
Can I insight check?
I touch the ground to like see if there's like anything on it.
Roll a investigation check.
Investigation? Okay.
Oh my god, that I have a
So do
negative
I.
one for that. I'll
Same.
roll a 7.
Oh, might as well. I got a -2 probably. Yeah. Ha! 10.
7.
10,
Bitch.
All right.
8.
8.
It's a good thing we're not trying to find something.
That is it. Wait! I can use, I'll use the crit die.
You're gonna use it for this?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. I don't mind.
All right.
I'd rather not use it for combat. That feels like cheating.
That's what you meant to use
Right.
it for.
Yeah.
So as you sort of
Cheating's
put your
how you win.
You look around, you see no blood whatsoever. You put your hand on the wood, you brush across it, you seem to feel nothing. You smell no blood. Yet, the more you do it again and again and again, eventually you feel something come loose. Something dry and something odd. Pulling back, you are able to finally see a bit of dried out blood. Analyzing the scene clearer, you're able to notice the same pattern exists with essentially a line of blood. Multiple lines, actually, going to different tables of the tavern.
I'll be fucked.
Lord Apollo, what do you see?
As the barman just kind of face palms and just
You're a clever man. I'll give you that.
Come on, what is it?
Let me test something. He's going to follow one of these, per se, trails to one of these tables and just kind of tap at the empty chairs.
in most of them, no incident. In a couple of them, yeah, blood on the chairs. You can actually even tell, like you can even feel, in one of the chairs, what almost looks like a stab wound, like a knife going into the chair, but there's visually no mark.
I believe there is some sort of illusion spell cast here.
Well, you got that fellas alright, naughty one.
As the barman sighs and says, all right, I admit it. As it is, there were a few other patrons in the bar at the time who did not take kindly to the pirates. As it is, they got into a bit of a scuffle. That scuffle turned violent, and, well, are they dead? Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yes. They're all dead. The pirates, at least.
Wait, the pirates are dead?
The crew that arrived here, aside from the three left beforehand. The captain, Deadeye, and two of his crewmates. The remaining pirates that were left here were killed.
Just a question. Were any of the pirates carrying a
I
broom?
was going to ask that.
Oh, no. They were either carrying cutlasses or quarterstaffs.
Oh, thank God.
trust me, it was a bit of a bloodbath. And if I
Then where
may,
are the bodies?
thank you, Apollo, I was just about to ask that myself. I believe the bodies were... I'm not entirely sure. I believe they've been dumped in the river, in the ocean. I didn't know what happened to the bodies, only simply that they were dragged away at the end of the fight, and that our friends covered up the mess, or at least most of it.
Yeah, and you didn't tell us and pretended they weren't here because...
My friends asked me to keep it quiet. It was an internal incident that they wanted to be kept silent.
Who were your friends?
Hard to protect somebody who doesn't tell the truth, you know.
Yeah.
Indeed. If I may ask...
I hope you have a good lawyer, man.
I'm telling you, as it is, I had nothing to do with the murders, and I had no interest in making those friends angry, especially considering that for the most part, they are the ones that protect my bar.
Cool. I'm pretty sure that still makes you an accomplice in murder, though.
That is besides the point.
Yeah.
He is
Who
right.
are your friends, by the way? Because
My friends are no one. No one at all.
That's kind of sad.
kind of bullshit.
If I may, I understand that you've been paid to guard this tavern, but if I may I take this man in for questioning?
Do any violence inside here?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Go ahead. We'll keep this place safe as long as you can promise to keep the man himself safe.
I promise no acts of violence.
Insight check.
Of course. May the light be with you.
May the
Go ahead.
full swing.
Oh,
Go ahead with that if you'd like to. Go for an insight check. 12?
Oh.
He appears to be telling the truth. Before I leave, if I may, as you see the barman beginning to, slip back, away from the tables, I wanted to mention, Deadeye is still at large, and you did not hear this from me. At least I'd rather not bring attention to myself if I can help it. But we believe that a member of the Zentrum has been murdered earlier today. Very early. Or much early. Very, very recently.
The Zentrum?
The Zentrum, one of the major mercenary and trading organizations in the city. It's mostly a cross between them and the Bregandiarthi. In fact, I believe that rumors that I have heard suggested that they even work together on occasion. Regardless, we suspect that the primary culprit for the murder or the murderer of this Zentrum agent, who is named Davil Starsong, is the aforementioned pirate captain, Deadeye. He's been evading the authorities in a chase for, a couple of hours now?
Darmund, didn't you say that man was, partially debilitated
Yeah.
earlier? Shot
Wait,
in the
what?
leg.
Got pretty fucking shit mixed together a few days ago.
Shot in the legs, but
Yeah.
then I've heard of people recovering from even dangerous wounds like that quite quickly if the circumstances were right, or if they were healed. Regardless, I wanted to put out, or mention, since you have been so helpful so far, that I'm putting out a bounty for this man's arrest. 1,000 for his corpse, 2,000 if you bring him in alive.
Oh.
Specifically to me, I have not been able to get Force Grey to approve of this bounty, nor the Waterdeep City Watch. The Order of the Gilded Eye is seemingly the first to respond to this incident.
Then I must
We'll
ask.
take a look at that bounty.
Aye.
Then I must ask. Where shall we find you?
And to think we kicked his ass for free last time.
As it is, you should be able to find me in Castle Waterdeep, near Lord Ygorl and Voranatar. If not, go to any of the guard barracks and ask for me. I should be able to meet with you in due time.
Understood.
That's a
Well met. And may the light be with you.
maybe.
As he puts out his hand to shake your hand, he says, as with you, may the
I'll
light
take it and shake it.
shine with you
And
as
the ale may flow.
And
it
the-
turns
A
to you.
billion
As the
farewells
barman.
total.
and things and stuff.
So funny thing, the barman, as this handshake happens, essentially tries to make a run for it. He tries to slip away,
Far away, is
out to the door. About, I would say about 20, 25 feet away. Before you're able to react, you see the golden-skinned man, Solaire, just immediately turn around and in full plate armor just charge them.
Holy shit!
running at ridiculous speeds and just basically tackle that man straight through the door.
Fucking Goldberg from now on.
Goodness gracious.
Man,
Yes.
would be good for a little bit game of pigskin.
Fucking hell. I thought I heard a good tackle on me.
As he just grapples him to the ground and says, "Stop! I'm afraid that you are under arrest."
So, you're being under arrest. I would like it
Get
if
your
you'd stop
hands
being
off of
rude.
me, you bloody Asimar. Get your hands off of me. I have done nothing
You
wrong.
just tried running your tail.
I will not
Resisting arrest is also a crime.
fall to Neverwinter justice. I will. Oh, yes. I promise you, it will be far less. It will look far less bad on your part if you simply come along willingly. But if you wish to continue to resist arrest, I am sure that my master would have no issue pressing additional charges.
If you're gonna smack him, could you at least take it outside? If you hit him inside, I gotta try and split it up.
Without another word, the Knights of the Gilded Eye take the barman and escort him out of the tavern.
There's good boys.
Tying
Good
him up,
evening.
they put him on a horse. They wave goodbye and head off.
Well,
Wow. Jedi's still out there.
what?
You know what that
fuckers-
means. Our team is an arch enemy now. That's going to be great for branding.
That fucker's tough to kill. I mean, you saw him the other day, didn't you? He took some fucking damage.
Who knows?
Yeah, but
We
we beat
didn't.
him.
He kicked the crap out of his
you
crew.
guys know
Okay.
this pirate.
He's an alright guy, actually.
Yeah.
Once you get to know him. Had a few drinks with him.
I'm sure once you get to meet someone for long enough, you could say anyone's good enough, but you know, he's the pirate, so
And I'm a mercenary.
Now.
Bahamut can see the good and the
I
evil
mean-
in every man.
Yeah, the Lizard King can see all sorts of shit. There you go. Happy days.
Even in darkness, light shines a little.
Exactly.
okay.
I mean, I'm not saying the light shine out of my arse, but
In the right time of day, it
there you
does.
go.
Yeah.
Goodness
With that, Xanth goes back out to finish his watch.
Oh, I almost forgot. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Before he leaves, Javen essentially takes out a tiny sack and tosses it onto one of the nearby tables. He doesn't explain it. He leaves after doing that.
Kriv will go and open the sack.
Fair enough. Looking in, there appears to be about 50 gold pieces in there.
I'll pocket it.
Hey, Bob, don't be a fucking
You
cheapskate.
see Bob just trying to stick the whole thing in his
Right,
pockets.
Bob, what have we said?
What?
What's in the sack, Bob?
Like a copper.
You bullshitter. Come on.
What?
Is he
Okay, here. Have this.
currently holding
give
the
him
bag
one gold
in his
piece.
hand?
No, I've tucked that in already.
Bob, let's not have a falling out now. I know when I'm trying to be swindled. I may not be the smartest, but I know when I'm being swindled.
Okay. 20 gold pieces. Yeah.
Insight check.
All right, go right ahead.
I'm not gonna say yet until I know.
Not horrible.
Could be better.
What did you roll?
I think Bob has to
Yeah.
roll deception
Yeah.
against him, right?
Ah, come on, man. Deception. Okay. Dirty
Oops, I
20.
did not mean to roll a perception check.
I'm
Oh, dear
14
Lord.
on the insight, so
All right, 20 gold sounds about right. The cheap bastard.
I should have asked for. I should have said less.
there you go. You see, you
Yeah.
shouldn't fucking try and swindle your friends. That's what got you in trouble with those dark bastards. You said you
What?
stole some money off people. You
With
did,
who?
you dumbass! You said earlier you stole some money.
What? From who? Wait, what caused what?
Didn't you say that you stole from some sort of dark webway or something?
Oh, yeah, the criminal guys. Lost all of it
Yeah,
anyway.
well, don't steal off your friends, because you won't have many. So come on, let's divvy up the 20 gold and have a few drinks.
Yep.
As a
So,
result, everybody gets 4 gold.
except for me, who gets? Oh my god.
34.
Yep.
It's fine. Apollo's going to pull out a dice set. Basically a cup and a couple of dice, and he sets it on the table and he says, "So, any of you gambling men?"
Lord Belmont.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't gamble, but if it's an arm wrestling competition, then I'll go against you all, and I guarantee you'll lose.
Please,
Don't be too sure about
Belmont could totally
How about
test
this,
you in such
Darmund?
a feat.
Now, how much you're willing to bet that, Squire boy?
Oh, that's gambling.
Yes, that's gambling.
I've
Try your
already,
luck.
I've already tried alcohol, so
Next sin on the list is gambling, and it's the sex. You're gonna love that one.
oh, I'd rather have my first time doing that than be with someone that I actually love, and don't have to pay.
Oh, Oh, if you say you love him enough, I'm sure you get a discount. Works for me.
I'm sorry. This is Gmo laughing. That's
Apollo was laughing quite harshly.
With this,
Oh, no.
4 gold pieces because I am that confident in Order of Belmont.
Oh. Okay then. You ready, Apollo? Let's have a little.
Hold on, I'm going to go eat something. Just say that Crib's counting his money or something right now.
Apollo kind of takes off the metal gauntlet and sets it on the table, and he says, "Well, it's been a while since I've had one of these. Get to knock the
You
old
just
rust
see
off."
Darmund hop onto the chair, get his arm out, and you just see him just kind of. Let's go, boy! As I will rage for the arm wrestling.
Belmont's losing that arm, and I'm losing 4 gold. Oh no.
Alright, athletics check with 1 person at advantage. I guess
Athletics.
the 20 was spent in the... was already spent!
That's fine by me. I already said I would
I
spend
don't know
it.
whether
It's
you
fine.
would beat this.
Besides, it's not your gold!
I don't know whether you beat this. I don't know what your strength modifier is.
Oh no!
That is a
Lord Belmont, why?
I just literally grab your hand and just BANG! Or God, Squire, boy!
what? But you rolled a 7.
He rolled.
You rolled a 7.
21.
His other one is a 21.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You just... Oh, hold on.
Never arm wrestle a barbarian, boy. You always lose that one.
With his
Now,
his
Squire
head down,
boy.
he shoves over the 4 gold pieces.
I will hand you back free and go, for your first time, boy. Make sure you spend it on a big bird. They'll always be better.
You're celebrating your victory in the arm wrestling competition. You see the Sun Elf begin to stand
Oh, I
up.
forgot about you.
I suppose it's been long enough.
How long
I
have you
suppose
been
now-
listening?
It's time to check.
On what?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm simply doing a bit of
Insight check.
detective work. I'm a
I'll be
I'm a
honest.
hobbyist in detecting.
I'll be honest, I kind of thought you were
You know.
dead,
Oh no,
given all the blood on the floor and stuff.
Linton Dradden never
Write that
dies.
down.
So what are you trying to detect tonight? Now, at the minute.
Well, the barman's gone, so I'm thinking I can look in his basement. You
Might
would not
be a keg or
mind?
2 of dwarf whiskey.
Yeah.
Can I join you?
Reasonable.
Absolutely, my friend.
Oh, we're gonna get on quite well. I like this guy. He's quiet. He likes to smoke in the corner. And he likes
Nothing better to
detect
do
any-
either.
Who else is coming? Hey, Sam!
Just for the
What?
record, Carmen is speaking loudly enough that Xanth should be
Hey,
able to hear
Sam,
that.
we're
at
gonna go
least.
look in the basement. We might find some dwarven whiskey. If we're lucky. You coming?
And pokes his head in and
If he is to head down, I'll stay up here.
We're gonna go look in the basement with my new friend here.
See the sun elf that was previously just sort of sitting in the corner doing nothing but smoking.
Xanth raises an eyebrow and says, "Some
Lobbyist.
detectives we are, we didn't know this place had a basement."
Well, he's a lobbyist detectinator.
It's
I do
probably
it on
just
the
where
side.
probably
Xanth is
just
going
where
to join
the
them.
bartender keeps his
Dead
dead bodies.
whiskey. You might want to close and lock the door.
Trust me. Oh, I doubt this is where he keeps any bodies. The smart man burns the bodies.
Oh,
Most
I don't think he'd lie
Yeah.
about
That
it
would
already been a
explain
room.
Fair enough. Most bartenders I've met keep them in the attic.
I'm honestly quite surprised that those paladins didn't attempt to use Zone of Truth on the man, especially
Yeah.
in the tavern. Quite a
Yeah,
bizarre choice. But
that
that's
is pretty
aside the
weird.
point. But I know that at least one of them has it. I've seen him use it before.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't. That's my least favorite spell.
Oh, something to hide. My friendly
To be honest,
dragonborn
my
friend.
mouth gets me.
Oh.
My mouth always has Zone of Truth on it, so I don't need to worry about that one.
Neither do I. Anyways, who wants to go and look in the basement while nobody's watching?
Wait, doesn't that go against what we were hired to do?
No, we're just being thorough and protecting the place.
No?
Maybe.
Yeah. What if they're like...
I mean, yes, but it's just protecting
sure
the
you're
place.
not
It's not
still- are you-
invading anyone's
are you
privacy.
sure you're
It's
not-
simply
What if they're...
Yes.
checking every inch.
What if there's like explosives
Aye,
in the
that's
basement
dangerous.
or
That is very
something? Think
dangerous.
about
Are you
that.
sure you're not going to
Could
be
have rigged it to
stealing
blow.
any beer down there?
No, just the whiskey.
Still stealing.
Just money. Yeah, but
Well,
it's not
that's
stealing
Yeah,
beer.
Samuel.
Mm.
They will be who they are.
Don't worry. After the sex, go on to
Alright.
stealing.
We
I
shall
got the
stay
7
up here.
sins all written out ready for you. You're going through them.
Samuel and I will stay up here. Let us know what you
problem.
find.
You could teach him about the sex, you know, birds and bees.
I already
and bees and
know
bees and
how
birds and birds.
reproduction works.
Yeah, this joke has run its course, man.
So, who's going to follow this man?
Crib.
Kriv?
Yeah, I suppose.
Darmund. Is Xanth going to follow? Or is he going to stay up with Apollo and...
No, I said I'll go with.
Samuel.
Apollo and Samuel. Okay, you'll go with the other two, with Kriv and Darmund. Fair enough. So, I was not expecting a trio to accompany me, but when in Waterdeep, I suppose. When in the City of Splendors. No, not City of Splinters. City of Splendors. Sometimes I get that confused. Anyways.
I mean, I'd assume there are a few splinters in this city, like given how much wood there
that'd be
is.
true.
Let us go on our little adventure.
Yeah.
As if he already suspected where to look, he pulls up one of the boards behind the bar to reveal a staircase going down.
Wow.
Man, hiding a
What?
basement. Fair enough.
Well, do you want the dwarf with the dark vision to go down first?
Oh, trust me. I'd imagine it would be most safe if I was the one to
By all
enter
means,
first.
my friend. Lead the way.
Inside. Nah, I'm kidding.
So, as he's going down, as the party is going down into this basement, it's completely dark. As it is, in dim light, you are able to notice what looks to be large kegs of alcohol of all varieties. Beer, ale, wine, whiskey, whole shebang. As it is,
Any bodies?
no bodies. In fact, nothing all that suspicious from the looks of it.
That just makes it more suspicious.
As it is, there's like a few bookshelves down here, but that's aside the point.
Oh, I'm going to try and like look at the bookshelf, see if like it's one of those things where you pull one of the books and then.
Xanth is going to be
He's
investigating.
just going to start pulling books.
I'm going to be looking for the whiskey keg.
Absolutely. All right, fair enough.
Can't roll the one. So he
roll
don't know
investigation,
anything.
all three of you.
I'm not going to
15.
find anything here. I don't know why I did this.
Okay.
I got a 1.
Okay, you got a 1. So you pull out literally every book in the bookshelf. Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Meanwhile, Xanth, looking for everything suspicious and anything suspicious, bumps into the bookshelf, like crashes into it. He didn't see it. Which actually, just because of the weight, pushes the bookshelf itself, causing it to start falling.
Make a saving throw.
Yes, Kriv. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Hey, me? It
Yes.
hits me?
You're in front of it. He's on the side.
Piece of shit.
No!
18.
Like Dragonborn
Actually,
in
factor
a
that
china
into
shop.
part of your nat 1. 18. You dodge out of the way. You dodge out of the way of the bookshelf as it slowly crashes down, making a
Apollo,
large
not a
boom down,
Belmont. Did you
which
hear
is
that?
actually heard all the way up.
Oh, I imagine they'll be just fine.
Now that I've totally
Probably
destroyed
ju-
the bookshelf, do
A
we see
little
anything
bit
behind it?
ruckus.
As
Ha!
yes, you see an iron door.
Hey guys, I found the
Ooh.
whiskey.
Or no, specifically a door, like a wooden door, heavy oak wooden door,
Dan
locked with an
exclaims,
iron bar.
Even in failure, Bahamut
Oh, yeah, I'm
releases
trying.
me.
I'm guessing
And
wait. I'm guessing I find my whiskey with.
I'm going to hit it with
Let's
my.
speak.
I'm going to try and.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing I find my whiskey with my 15 investigation.
With your 15, yes, you are able to
I'm
find the whiskey
gonna
barrel.
like kind of
I'm going to
mark
break.
it with one of my axes for on the way back up. Like, I'll be bringing you with me later, darling. You'll just wait there. What were you doing so fucking loud? Oh, okay. You found a door. Nice one, Bob. Carry on, Bob.
Ah, wonderful. A door just like that.
I'm going
Iron
to do.
door.
Yeah. I'm going to use my crowbar to try and open it.
Absolutely. Make a strength check.
Okay, and does the crowbar add anything?
The crowbar allows you to just start ripping the iron bar, or the iron bar off.
Yeah. 16.
16. You are able to successfully lift the iron bar off of its hinges and, essentially, break the door open. The door doesn't physically break open, but with the iron bar removed, it just kind of creaks open.
And what's in?
Marvelous. Marvelous indeed, my blue companion. As you look down past the door into a long staircase which appears to be shrouded in darkness, to the point where even Darmund, from this angle, cannot see down
Holy
into
shit,
it.
That's dark down there.
Yeah, that's a great place to hide dead bodies, if I've ever seen one, and I definitely
Good
have.
for you, boy. Good for you. We've all seen dead bodies.
Oh, that's actually quite far down, and appears to be blessed with magical darkness. That is... Oh dear. Even seeing with even being able to see through magical darkness, I cannot see at the bottom.
Well, that.
Xanth is going to be
dark.
going back and getting the other two, the paladin and the cleric.
Torch.
Fair enough.
Oh,
We found
you've
a
come back up. Something happened?
stairwell that seems to be shrouded in magical darkness, and it definitely seems something we all want to be together when we investigate.
Magical darkness, you say? Samuel, I think it is calls for our
Lord
special
Belmont.
services,
Let's
don't
give it
you?
a look.
Indeed. We follow Xanth down.
Alright. Once again, kegs, no bodies, no blood even, and torn book or broken bookshelf with an opening.
I'll be right
into
back.
Can I
darkness
cast light
behind
and
it.
see if that walks in it? It's magical light.
Yeah, I'll also be right back.
Unfortunately, the light cantrip
I
will
thought-
not be
okay.
able to pierce through
Doesn't
this
it make
darkness.
sense for magic light to affect magic darkness? Magic shadow? Ah, okay.
Not a cantrip.
Yeah, it has to be a spell.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
equal.
I was
fire and
literally
level
bullcrapping. I didn't know
produces light.
that was actually a thing. Okay.
Believe me, I respect the effort. As you put in the light, and it just kind of is drowned out by all the darkness.
I'm going to throw an odd one at you. Can I try to... I'll use another divine sense, but can I try to use it to see through this magical darkness? Even if it's just a little bit?
So how far does that go out?
60 feet.
60 feet. You're still not able to see a bottom. However, you are able to see through, or at least sense
I'm back.
through some of the darkness. The staircase goes down for a dangerously long time.
Well, down we go, I guess.
Samuel,
Right.
grab the
He
Morning
goes to the
Star.
bags and pulls out Morning Star.
His whip.
Wait. Actually, now that I think about it, what happens if, like, something bad
He
happens while we're
hands
gone?
Lord Belmont his equipment.
Come on, Bessie. It's time to go play.
That actually is a marvelous thing to mention. As the Sun Elf goes up, goes back out, and brings the wooden board back down where it was.
Wait, is he trapping us in?
Not trapping, but definitely
Samuel
hiding the
is
fact
going
that you
to
went down here.
pull out his own mace and then get his shield, and now he's going to hold it up.
Yeah.
That is our cue to head on down.
Yeah, but
Alright.
what if someone, like, something happens and we're gone?
Well, the barman is gone, is apprehended. As it is, we seemingly disappeared, all of us, meaning that the tavern would be essentially empty. Any property damage is acceptable.
Alright.
That is fair. They did say any violence, which means that, people on people conflict, not smashing a couple bar stools can do.
Yes, I'm sure that's the definition they had intended.
Yep. What other definition could they intend?
But by the way, I believe that you had already heard, but I am Linton Dradden. Not my full name, of course, but I find that it is much easier to say.
Ready. Oh, who's going in first?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. No, I'm just looking at the chat.
I believe it is time we get heading then. Apollo, his eyes still closed, as if to keep the sense. And shield in the other.
Samuel is following right behind him.
Are the rest of you coming?
Oh, don't have to ask me
Yeah,
twice.
Zant's
Let's
there.
go.
Yeah.
Party time.
If anyone,
So, as the party
if anyone
descends
feels
into the
something,
tunnel, descends
um,
into this.
I may have another remedy for this magical darkness. However, it's very, very situational and very powerful, and I'd like to save it. If any of you
Hold on.
feel
I've got-
threatened or attacked, just tell me and I'll shut it down.
Oh, that actually reminds me. Who amongst you is the most vulnerable, or feels the most vulnerable, if I may inquire?
Squire Boy's pretty green to this sort of situation, so I think it would be.
Fair enough. In that case, allow me to give you some words of encouragement. Regardless of any blade that you may suffer, or any arrows that may pierce into your armor and through into your chest, you will not fall. I ensure it.
Did he
Got
just
what?
give you bardic
Wait,
inspiration?
I got
He
what?
did.
Fuck yeah.
No,
Bardic inspiration.
Oh. Know what Bardic Inspiration does?
Basically, on an ability
I played a
score
bard
or
before.
saving throw.
He
get a
oh,
D12
oh
roll.
yeah, he big bard.
One of my favorite characters I ever played was a bard, so I know how this works.
D12 is
Not
like
Bardic
level
just got
15 or
back.
higher.
What the
This
hell's
dude's a
happening?
stud.
What's happening?
The Sun Elf just gave Samuel a bardic
Can a bard
inspiration
give
so he
everyone
doesn't
Bardic
die a horrible
Inspiration?
death.
A group?
Now, tell me.
I'm not sure if you can only give it one person at a time,
That's,
or
I believe it's the rally.
Yeah, it's
No,
one at a
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I think
hold
it's
on.
one at a time.
Hold
or
on,
else
let me
it'd
get
be
my
pretty
book.
fucking
I
hilarious
remember
if
Yes,
Bard
it
did
being
that.
differently.
Yes.
Just give me a moment.
It's
I've been playing
It's the
Bard for a
rally
year.
spell
I'm
that
pretty,
does it
I'm
for
pretty
most
familiar with it.
a certain amount of times
Yeah.
per day.
It depends
Yeah,
on what his
inspiration.
level is, but he's got to be at least level 15, so he's probably got about 10 uses if I recall.
It's
Oh, yeah.
charisma modifier, I think. Proficiency.
Yep. Anyways,
I'd like to actually. Apollo's going to put away his shield and is going to do an old adventuring classic he used to do. Taking a flask of oil, putting a swig in between his cheeks, and lighting a torch.
all right. That's actually probably a good thing to do. In this circumstance, the magical darkness will
Wait,
not
what?
be penetrated by the torch.
Oh, I
However,
thought you said that. Never mind.
no, he didn't light an explosive. He was just lighting a torch.
No, I thought he said that he took a swig of it, like he drank the oil and then lit it on fire.
Hey guys.
No. He's
So,
holding
according to
the
book,
oil
it doesn't
in his
specify
mouth.
when you get it. So and when I was playing my bard at like fraud level, I had the ability to do so. But you guys, like, I was a College of Law.
Was
so-
it his subclass?
Yeah. But
No.
but you are right about it being only one person. So.
Yeah. Anyways, so the journey down takes several minutes.
Yeah, it would take a long
Actually,
time because we'd have to be super careful
maybe
not
even
to fall.
longer than that. I mean, yeah, in that case, it actually would take. Yeah, 1 hour.
Jesus, are we there yet? Whatever it is.
Oh,
Fucking
go.
hell. I feel like I've been walking for days.
As You make your way down as far as you can, hearing strange sounds on the way down from down below. As you start to get closer and closer and closer, the darkness fades, and the torchlight
How deep
finally
is this
able to
basement?
illuminate the area. I think we're far beyond a basement
We've
at this
hit
point,
hell.
my friend.
No, Mom, you here?
Is the Underdark beneath the Underdark?
Mom!
That's really on the nose naming there.
Ah, piss, I had just realized that. I thought that it was so blatantly unclever that I had not even considered it.
Yeah, it's like reverse
The
psychology
Underdark?
there, you know?
Ah,
It's hiding in plain sight.
well, I had heard stories about a great port of criminals and scoundrels which existed in the Underdark, specifically in Undermountain, which is essentially the area of the Underdark around this whole city and beyond, called Skullport. You know, a port underground.
Well,
I
that
had
might
not-
be that might be where the pirates escaped to, or their killers.
That is a possibility. Fair enough.
Hold on. Need to go take a piss.
Oh my.
He's off to take the piss.
As you make your way down there, you find yourself in another dark room. Appears that this area has kegs in it. No bookshelves.
Guess
Well,
you'll
actually,
like this place
yeah.
too, Master Dwarf.
Yeah. There's a hidden bookshelf that opens up, which leads into an area which appears to be yet another
Goodness gracious. How far does this
another
go?
place with kegs
What do these kegs look like?
filled with barrels. Very similar to the ones above, yet slightly different. The wood seems a bit more darkly colored.
Oh,
I'm gonna
let's
investigate.
have a wee look into this one. I want to open up one of the kegs.
And just for the record, the reason why you're able to see the color is thanks to Apollo.
Yup!
Nicely done there, Apollo.
So you... Alright. Opening up the barrels, you are able to see that it seems to be mostly just the same varieties of alcohol.
Dip my finger and have a taste.
What happened?
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. Whiskey, wine. There does seem to be a bit more
We
of the
found
fine
the good
stuff,
stuff
the finer
now.
stuff. You also notice what looks to be a door leading outwards, or a door at the end of here.
Apollo will head for the door.
Just for the record, you're just walking towards it, right?
Yes. He does have
Alright.
the torch and the stuff still in his mouth, which is why he's
Oh,
not
I
making
know
anything
this.
more than
I know
a
this
sound.
for this one.
All right. Finding anything else on the 17 investigation? As it is...
Oh, I did not mean to roll that. My apologies.
You are able to find what looks to be a few copper pieces, a couple silver pieces on the ground, just kind of laid around.
What's that for?
Anyways, you go ahead and open that door.
He's going to walk up to the door. He's going to bring the torch close as he grabs the doorknob and
As you
open it up.
grab the door, you hear something on the other side.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, it was the greatest day of my life. I fought 3 trolls, all at the same time. With my hands tied behind my back. I had to just kick at them for 3 hours! He still beats him to death. And you know why? Because you were drunk. Because I was the better man.
Apollo's going to.
I
have
whisper
a
to
nice-
Darmund, do you have a
No,
clone or
I
something?
I bet I've got a bigger dick.
Can they hear this?
No, I whisper.
No, I'm saying, can you guys hear what's happening through the door, or is this just
No,
Apollo's?
this is just Apollo. This is just Apollo who's able to hear it at this
okay.
point.
Apollo's going to look over at probably Xanth as the first one he spots the eye contact with, and he kind of nods him over
there.
with a big grin across his face. He kind of nudges his head towards the door as talking continues on.
Well, Orlin, my good man, I appreciate your services, but as it is, you did not just come here to hear war stories. Or, I guess in this case, drunken adventures. They are more than drunken adventures, Darlaxo. They are stories
About
of
to be
my
the celebrity,
greatness.
Xanth looks at
I feel like
Apollo
I should
and
remember
raises an
that name,
eyebrow.
and I feel really bad.
But
No.
that is aside the point. We are here to discuss.
I'm no.
Still waiting for that fool to arrive.
Hello.
He always does this. He always chooses to be late. Disappointing. Even you are here, Orlin. And you are always late. Indeed, I'm always late to these stupid gatherings that you decide to make. Absolutely.
Apollo's going to he's going to kind of gesture with his head to clear the area that the door would be able to see, and is just going to kind of as if the door was left open and it swung open due to breeze, tip it open. So it just...
Alright. I see that the door is a bit off. Do you think you may want to fix that, my dear man? I have done nothing wrong. The door is fine. Just a bit of a breeze that's come in, that's all. Really? Because I've been trying to figure out how those barrels were lost. If a door was simply left open, it would be far easier to carry them up the staircase, would it not? It is no such. I promise you, the door was locked shut during that incident. Nobody moved anything up the staircase at that time. Then we are back to square one, my friends. We are still trying to figure out who stole the barrels and why. It's a disappointing time. I have so few answers. So many questions. Where is that damned gnome? How This is more than a sidetrack. The gnome is avoiding. Think he might have had something to do with the barrels? quite possible, but at the same time, I do not believe it. It makes no logistical sense to try and hold such, especially considering so close to his own tavern. It would have been completely obvious for someone to have picked him out from the crowd. No, I don't believe that he was
do something.
I want to see how. Oh, wait, he can't talk.
Oh, sorry, Lord Belmont.
He's going to head towards the stairs.
Can we hear any of that? Or
He did
I'll go ahead
open
and say yes at this point.
Apollo's going to head for the stairs as quietly as possible. And
Roll a
then.
stealth check
Okay, well,
at this.
yeah, disadvantage on stealth rolls. I was going to say he's going to try and purposefully make noise
What are
as
you
if
doing?
somebody is coming down the
No, you
stairs.
can't.
All right, then in that case, roll deception.
Okay. Please, dice gods, don't fuck me. You did it. God damn it. I'm rolling physical dice from here forward.
you doomed us all here.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 7. Well, I rolled a 4, but got a 7.
All right. As you do so, you realize, as you get like halfway through, you realize, wait a minute, I'm walking to the staircase. How do you convince somebody you're walking down a staircase when you're going up? As before you can correct the mistake, you hear someone say, wait a minute, there is somebody there. And he is not going down. No, he is... he's going up. As you see, suddenly, a shot is fired of some sort of boom is heard as what almost looks like a pebble of iron
Say a bullet, man.
distorts through the air and strikes Apollo, or comes right at Apollo. Apollo, give me a moment.
After the shot has run out, I'm going to kick the door shut.
I'm going to drop a bag of caltrops behind us and then run.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Yep. Actually, hang on. You still have the torch, so yeah, that'll be fine. Anyways, what's your AC?
That is 18.
Alright, yeah, it misses. Instead, it dinks off the shoulder blade, and the ricochet bullet hits one of the kegs, causing alcohol to start pouring out. Luckily, it did not hit it in a way where it caused any... it was not flaming.
Apollo is going to signal for the rest of them to start heading up the stairs as he kind of gongs at the stair point.
Xanth looks at Apollo and says, "Why
kick the door?
Why are we just talking to these people?"
And right there, I think, is where we are going to call it for tonight.
I like the fact that Apollo and Darmund are like, "Yep, time to run. Kick door, run."
Samuel is
Yeah,
just
me too.
vibing.
I mean,
Funny
that's
thing.
because
Yep.
they're after us. Like, they say that
They're
They're
not
after-
looking to be
Yeah.
friends. They just shot. They're not.
They also said they wanted to kill the people who took the barrels.
So. And that is literally 2 of the party members.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, probably not the same barrels, but you know.
So that is where Craig will die.
Craig, no.
God.
Goodbye.